Okay, we're videoing. Hi Janet, how are you? How are you keeping today?
Oh, not too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad. It's been a bit of an ordeal.
Absolutely. It's never easy to lose someone that you love.
No.
All right. So I understand that your aunt had her 99th birthday quite recently.
Yes, she had. We were all able to be there, so that was good. Given the current circumstances, it would be horrible. Now?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Yeah, no, that's very good that you all managed to be together as a family. It's a fantastic memory to hold on to. Okay, so look, the first thing I'd like to try and do is get a bit of a feel for Aunt Mildred. What can you tell me about her? Tell me about what she loved to do, what sort of person she was, that sort of thing.
So she was a real character. She was quite a strong personality. Not backward and coming forward in speaking her mind.
My kind of woman.
I think she was a good friend. Not just to family, but yeah. She believed strongly in giving something back to the community, and felt that the people that were struggling needed to be taken care of by those who were able to do that.
Yeah, a little bit of noblesse oblige.
Yeah. Sounds a bit corny, but you know that's the way she felt.
Yeah.
She had a strong Christian belief. I remember Warren, my brother, said, "Oh, for the love of God, Auntie," one day, and she was not amused. None of us took the Lord's name in vain ever again.
No, I can understand. He's probably lucky he didn't get his mouth washed out with a bar of soap. Yes, absolutely.
She belonged to lots of community organisations, always involved in doing things for other people. She was a founding member of the Markwood CWA.
Right.
In the middle of a fire brigade. She'd also been involved in the guiding organisation, had been a guide leader for years, and she spent a lot of time at the Markwood Primary School helping the kids with their reading and their homework.
Yep.
So she brought us up after our parents died, gave us a home, gave us a family again. So yeah, she was quite lived her beliefs.
Yeah, she was an amazing woman by the sound of it. When I spoke to Warren on the phone yesterday, he told me a little story about the fire brigade. He said that she was the first woman ever to go out on a fire truck. Yeah. Because she badgered the men to let her go out. If she was going to there, she was going to be in there and doing.
Absolutely.
And that's just absolutely fantastic.
Not just making the sandwiches.
Yes, absolutely. She sounds like a wonderful person, and you've got a lot of lovely memories there to hold on to.
She loved the farm. There's actually a photo of her on the wall at the fire station.
Oh, so lovely.
Just a great person that gave a lot back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huge heart.
Yes. Fantastic. All right, now just let me confirm some details just to make sure I've got these right. Now, what was your aunt's full name?
Mildred Susanna Young.
Right.
She was always known as Mildred.
Known as Mildred? Yeah. Okay. Now, Susanna, Suzannah.
Yeah, that's the way it was spelled.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now, I've got her date of birth as the 1st of January 1912.
Yep,
is that right?
That's right.
Okay. And she was born in Markwood?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Now, your uncle's name?
George.
Right.
And he passed away about 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what other siblings did your aunt have?
She had a younger sister who was Mabel.
Yep.
Which was our mum.
That's your mum, right?
And an older brother, Nigel. but
Right.
he died during the war, so we never knew him.
You didn't get to know him.
No.
Okay, fair enough. And Mildred had no children herself?
No, she couldn't have kids,
Oh,
so it was us.
yeah.
She became our guardian when our parents died, and they died when we were all quite young.
Yeah, okay. Yes, so she had children of her heart, if not her body.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, the date and time of the service that I've got is 11 o'clock on the 28th with the service in the chapel at Mason Park and then the burial service out at Millawa.
Yep.
Okay.
That's correct. That's
Yeah.
what she wanted.
Okay, fantastic. Now, Janet, with the current restrictions in place, are Mason Park going to live stream the service for you?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
The three of us decided it was too hard to choose who could come and who wouldn't be able to be there. So there'll be just the three of us in the chapel,
Okay.
and Glenn will live stream the service for the rest of the family.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. We can work with that, not a problem. Now, you said that she was a member of the St Paul's Guild. Now, are you thinking about a religious service?
Yes and no. Don't want a real churchy type service, but she had strong Christian values, so we do want some prayers and some readings.
Yep.
There are some she really liked that we'd like to include, but I have to admit I don't really have any idea how to put all this together. Never having done this before.
That's all right. That's what I'm here for. That's why, look, my role in this is to make things as easy as I can for you, because your role in this is to grieve for the person that you loved.
Yeah.
So if you would like, what I can do is I can run through what I think would be a good service for your aunt. Tell me if you like those ideas. We can make changes, anything like that, but it'll give us a starting point.
Yep, that would be good.
Right. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that we could start the service with what we call the welcome and the introduction. And that there I would use a short Bible reading to start, and then introduce everyone. Thank everyone for being, obviously live streaming, being out there in the ether. Talk a little bit about your aunt and set the scene for what we're going to do that day today to celebrate her life. Now, what I tend to do is to try and use some of the stories that you've given me, and you've given me some great ones there to start to put together to talk about your aunt. So how does that sound for a start?
That sounds okay.
Yep.
So would that be like the eulogy, or?
Okay, so it's actually what I like to think of as an introduction to the eulogy. It just reinforces in people's minds why we're here, who your aunt was, what she gave to the community, and from what you've told me, that was an enormous amount. So it's a start to lead into the eulogy.
Okay.
Right?
So then what happens? Where do
Okay.
we go from there?
Then I would suggest probably a hymn. So did she have anything, a favourite hymn, anything that she really liked?
Yeah, she did.
What did she
She
like?
really liked All Things Bright and Beautiful.
It's a great hymn.
She hummed it all the time. You'd often hear her working away, and she'd be humming it.
It actually sounds like her, that she was a bright and beautiful person. Yeah.
Sums her up quite well, I think.
Fantastic. All right, I've got that down, that we'll use All Things Bright and Beautiful. Okay, so then what we do is I would then ask someone to come forward and speak about Mildred. So that is then the eulogy.
Okay.
So that's something that either you and your brothers can write. I can help you with that. Or I can write it for you from what you've told me. It's entirely up to you.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts there?
Well, I'd like to write the eulogy. Speaking it on the day, I'm a bit worried about.
Yep.
I'm not very good with public speaking, especially given that it's being videotaped and sent out to a whole pile of people I can't see.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm a bit concerned about that.
Okay. Yeah, and that's Totally understandable. And what we can do is when I write the service out for you to look at, I'll put there Janet to give eulogy. But all you need to do is when I announce that we're going to speak about Mildred, perform her eulogy, all you've got to do is go, and I'll have a copy and I'll step in for you.
Okay.
So that gives you the option. Or you can kick one of your brothers and shove the notes to them. It's up to you.
I can't quite see that happening. But
Okay. All right.
okay, well that's
Yep.
a relief.
Great.
I mean, I'd really like to do it, but when the actual time comes, I just
Yep.
So to have that backup is
Yep.
great.
Absolutely. All right. So then after the eulogy, what we tend to do is we do some readings. Now, you said that your aunt had some favourite Bible verses that she liked. So again, you can give me a list of those that you'd like and I can do them. Or you and your brothers can do a reading each, something like that. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to go with, say, 3, I usually say not more than 3, otherwise it just gets a little bit too long, especially given that there's only going to be the 4 of us there and everybody else is going to be viewing it via live streaming.
Yeah.
I think 3 would be a maximum. And again, I can look across and you can all go yes or no, and then I can step in again depending on what you like.
Yes.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So after the readings, what I generally do is pause for a reflection. So with the reflection, it's a time for everybody just to sit quietly and think about Mildred. I generally say to people, this is your time to think about Mildred, what you have told her in the past, what you forgot to tell her that you would have liked to have told her, that now you can sit here and actually tell her about it. If she had a favourite piece of music, generally I would say a non-religious piece of music. If she had a favourite singer or something like that, we could use something like that. And then another idea is if you've got a lot of photos of her and wanted to pop up a photo collage up on the screen, we could do that as well.
Okay. I think the music is a great idea. On maybe not the photos.
Okay.
She hated having her photo taken. So for that reason, I think it might be wrong to be flashing photos of her up on the screen.
Yep, understand.
Because I know if she was sitting there, she would hate that.
I can relate to that. I'm a little bit like that myself. I'm a bit camera shy. So yes. All right. Now, after the music, I would suggest a prayer and asking everybody to join in a prayer. And for this, the Lord's Prayer is always a good one because it's one that everyone knows.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yep.
Yep.
She loved that prayer.
All right.
The only thing, it'll have to be the old version with the D's and the
Yep.
lines.
Yes.
Because she hated the
new version. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And was quite vocal about it.
Okay.
So we don't want to upset
No,
anything.
No, absolutely not. Okay, Lord's Prayer original, we've got that down.
Good.
Okay. Now, after that, we have what we call the closing. And this is where I will tell people that Mildred is leaving on her final journey, where the committal will be held. So about forming a cortege, which obviously in this situation we can't do. And normally there I would reiterate to people that we were having a remembrance, afternoon tea or whatever. One of the things that I've been suggesting in that space is that because we can't all be together, is that we pick a time, you might say 2:00. At 2:00 today, would everybody raise a cup of tea and think of Aunt Mildred, because we can't all be together, but we'll be together in spirit.
Yep.
All right. So
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
And then the pallbearers come forward and Aunt Mildred is taken into the hearse, and then we head on to the Millawa Cemetery. Now, we have generally play a recessional song again, something that she liked as we leave the church. Did you have any thoughts on?
Yeah. She loved Now Is the Hour.
Oh, the Maori farewell.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. I think that's that is a marvelous recessional song. Yes. Okay. All right. Now, when we get to the cemetery, again, it's very similar. I like to let people know that this is adieu. It's goodbye, not goodbye. A short poem or non-religious reading, and then a prayer as the casket's lowered. Now, given that your aunt had a Christian belief, we could actually use the committal prayer there. So, Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, it would pay homage to her Christian belief. Again, up to you. But then once the casket's been lowered, I can ask you to come forward and place a flower or any other token that you would like on the casket.
Okay. Yep, I like that idea. Given that there's only the three of us, I don't think any of us want to spend too long at the cemetery. I also think we'd rather have rose petals.
Oh, okay, yes.
Than, flowers. She had a favourite rose, and I have
beautiful.
one of those growing at home, so I can probably provide those petals, given that they're blooming at the moment.
That would be wonderful.
And she loved that rose.
Wonderful. All right, pop that down. So after the casket's lowered and you've popped your rose petals down, then I would conclude the ceremony, and we'd finish, and then you can take your time then to say some personal goodbyes around once the video streaming and everything has stopped. That's your personal time then. So what do you think?
Yeah, I like the way it's coming together.
Okay.
We've got some good ideas.
Yep.
We probably need to have that little bit of flexibility in case one or the other of us, or all of us, get stage fright.
Yes.
It's quite possible.
Yeah.
But that'll be about how it is on the day.
Exactly, of course, and that's why that flexibility
Yep. Okay. No, I can't do this.
Absolutely, and like I said, that's totally what I'm here for. So let's sort of do a little bit of a recap. So the first thing, obviously, it was for me to get to know Aunt Mildred, and the things that you've told me about her have given me a lot of ideas to work into the welcome and the introduction. What I'll do is I can put a service together and email it to you, and then you can make comment on there and get back to me. And then I'll just need a list of the readings, and we've got the reflection music that you'd like to use. Oh, no, I've got the recessional music, but not the reflection music. Whether she had a favourite artist or something like that. If you can think about that and let me know, and we can pop something together for the recession. For the reflection.
So, regards to the song, she loved Frank Sinatra, but I don't really know. Excuse me. Much about any of his music. So, is there something that you know of that?
He had a beautiful voice. I think, given the story that Warren told me about her being determined to go on that fire truck, I reckon Sinatra's My Way might be the way to go. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spat it out. And I think that really, yes, I think that might be a good one. Have a listen to it. You can get it on YouTube or Spotify or anything, and have a listen and let me know. And if that's one that you would like to go with, I think that just packs a bit of punch for Aunt Mildred there.
Yeah. No, that sounds like a good idea.
All right. So now with the Bible verses, all I need you to do is to give me, whether it might be John 11:5 or whatever. You don't have to write them all out for me or anything. Just tell me, and I can pick those up out of the Bible. That's not a problem. All right. So let's think. Let's recap, so that we're just both on the same page before I start putting the service together. We're going to go with a semi-religious service.
Yeah.
Now you're going to write the eulogy.
I will. Yep.
And I'll open with John 11:05, which is I am the resurrection and the life, which I think would really suit the service.
Yeah.
The Lord's Prayer has got to be the original.
Yes.
Our hymn is All Things Bright and Beautiful.
Yep.
Now is the Hour is the recessional. Rose petals for the committal, and you're going to bring the rose petals along.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What I would suggest is if you can pop them into a bag and give them to Glenn at the morning of the funeral,
Okay.
and then he can make sure that I've got them when we get to the cemetery.
That
All right, that's
sounds like
one
a good
less
idea.
thing that you've got to worry
Because
about.
I'll put them down and walk away without them.
No, yeah,
And then I'll be upset.
Yes, exactly. And now you're going to. Are you happy with My Way, Frank Sinatra, or would you like to go home and listen to it?
When you said it is a song that I know.
Right.
And like you said,
Yeah,
she was very much.
it was her way. Yeah. All right. So we'll use Frank Sinatra's My Way for the reflection.
If the boys don't think that that's suitable,
just let me
I'll
know.
just get back to you.
Yeah, just let me know. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put everything together tonight and I'll email it to you.
Yep.
Now, if I email it just to you, you can disseminate it to the boys. That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And then just all you need to do is just make changes, whatever you want to do. I am sorry, is my cat giving you a hard time? We should have done this in the office. I do apologise.
That's okay.
Um,
She's very gorgeous.
Yeah, we love her, yes. Okay, so now, what's the best email to shoot this off to you?
Okay, so janet@gmail.com with a
Okay.
capital J for Janet.
For Janet, okay.
That will be the best
All right.
to use.
Fantastic, all right. Look, thank you for that, Janet. And look, I appreciate the time that you've spent sitting here with me. And I know how difficult these times are. From what you've told me, you and the boys have not just lost your mother for the second time, but you've lost a really great friend as well.
Yeah.
So,
Great
I'll-
role model.
Yeah.
No, she was a wonderful
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. All right, I'll put a service together today. I'll email it to you late tonight.
Yep.
Have a read through. Make any changes you like. This is the first copy, as it were. Make any changes that you like. Get back to me, and then I'll make those changes and email it through again.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Now,
That sounds good.
if you need me, please don't hesitate to give me a call.
Yep.
Now, you've got my card.
I do have, yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yep.
All the details are on there. So just please do email me, ring me, either way, so that we can I can help you if I can.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much for everything. I was not looking forward to this, but yes, it's been made simpler for us.
Well, I think what we need to do is raise a cup of tea to Aunt Mildred.
To Aunt Mildred.
Yes.